One of my struggle points in life has been this moat of mine. Okay, I am a Taurus from the Caribbean, and I got the moat on me. All right. When I did my assumptions video, one of the assumptions that somebody sent in was that I was quiet, and I was I think I was laughing at them. I still can't believe it. What a do da da. How did you? Whatever. Anywho, that just shows you how the internet. You see what people listen. It is curated. Somehow people got quiet. From to what? Anyway, I can be quiet, but no, I'm not a quiet person. And honestly, the Lord has done a work on what the book of Jude talks about, this tongue, this rudder, this thing right here. I can pop off on you. See, y'all don't see it on the internet because self-control is the fruit of the what? The Spirit. Okay. But anyway, so I'm just trying to share some of the stuff that I've learned. Okay, I'm in my 40s. These are communication tips, pro tips, okay, for you to get better results when you are communicating with humans. All right. Yesterday I shared one. If you missed it, go check it out. It'll bless you if you let it. Today we are going to be talking about, I don't know what I'm going to call this one. It is 2021 when I'm filming this. I don't know if it's 2021 when you're watching this because I am way ahead. And as you all can know, we're in like the 23rd month of this pandemic or something crazy like that. I don't know. Almost 2 years of pandemonium, basically. And in this pandemonium, we have seen a lot of stuff has just bubbled up, and specifically a lot of stuff with differences, divisiveness in our country and our culture when it comes to politics, and now more recently like the vaccine and masks, and just people are just turned up, and understandably so, because we're all in this very like traumatic global and of course national experience together, and without a heavy leaning on an understanding of how mental health affects people individually and on a cultural and national level, as well as providing resources for people to not pop off. It's pretty understandable that people are divisive and wiling out because stress affects you. Stress affects nervous systems. Stress affects how people relate to each other. And there are a lot of traumatic and stressful things happening, and we just acting like we don't understand how things work. But that's, the American way. Anyway, so one of those spaces, like I said, is with respect to vaccines. And where we are right now in November of 2021, when I'm filming this, is they have just approved the first batch of child doses of the vaccine. I think the Pfizer, right, for ages 5 to 11, I believe. You can tell I'm not like deep in it. I'm always like a late adopter. Okay, I adopt, but I adopt late. Okay, I'll be chilling at the house because I'll be like, listen, I'm not. Anyway, that's how I do it. So I'm just a late adopter when it comes to most things. I'll be chilling. So yeah, that's what I know of, and that's where we are right now. I don't know where we're going to be when you're watching this, but that's where we are. And of course, over the last 2 years, there have been people who I follow or who I am friends with online who fall on the other side of what I believe when it comes to fill in the blank, politics, blah, 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 this specific thing when it comes to vaccines. I mean, that's an understandable thing. It's happening to all of us. Some of them who have been kind of combative and like off their rockers about it, I have muted or unfollowed just because if they get to say what they want to say, but I also get to choose what I'm exposed to. And if you can't communicate, which is part of why I'm doing these videos, like if you are always getting like bad results and you're just like, it's them. I mean, it might just be a communication deficit on your part. People don't think that way, but whatever. So I don't want to consume that. I don't want to be exposed to something, so I leave it. But there are still people who definitely believe opposing things from me, and I still follow them. There's plenty of them. And you know why? Because they got some damn sense. Oh, sorry. I told y'all this mouth. Sorry. It just fell out. Did you? They have some sense about how they're communicating. Okay? They are regulated and they are somewhat cogent, you know what I mean? And so I'm not against you having an opposing perspective from me. I'm just against people being stressed pot, a big old pot of confusion, a stress pot. And I'm supposed to sit there. I'm not going to do that, right? So lately, I have been noticing though, and wondering if part of the issue when we communicate has to do with a lack of clarity and a assumption of pushback before we open our mouth that then shapes how we come out the gate. Almost like we're so used to fighting that we come out fighting and confusing with little information, and therefore when people push back, it's understandable that they're pushing back, because why would anybody respond positively to somebody who smacks them first? Hopefully. Okay, so let me go back. There are a few people who I see their posts, people who follow or friends, and they are anti-vax. It is what it is. Okay, they are communicating that they're anti-vax. I know they're anti-vax. They get to be anti-vax. They grown people. I don't have nothing to do with that. Okay, is their body? Let them work. Yes, I understand. For all the people that could be like, it's their body. Listen, okay. It is their body. I don't know what you're getting at me for. Okay, I get that we are interconnected, because the more people that are vaccinated, it bodes well for the country. One of the common denominators that I noticed though in people's posts are a lot of alarmist and frantic talking and not a lot of information. Okay? This morning I saw someone post. It was a doctor. She didn't want to get vaccinated, so she had left her position a few months ago. And this morning she was posting about what was it? It was a blood thinner that had been approved for use on children. It was a screenshot of an article about a blood thinner that had been approved for use on children. And her image on Instagram was a screenshot, and then her caption was basically like, the timing of this seems quite suspicious, don't you think? And I wonder if you know who owns this company. And I was like, no, I don't. So I looked at the timing. Ooh, a ladybug is crawling on the window. Focus. I looked at the timing. It is November 6th right now. And the article that she posted said it was posted on June 21st, 2021. How do I remember that? It's literally my son's birthday. And I was like, it's 5 months ago. The timing is suspicious. I'm assuming, and I don't know because she didn't say, but a lot of her recent posts have been about anti-vaccination. And I'm assuming that it's a commentary on the current, like last week, approval of vaccines for kids, and saying, ain't it suspicious that they have approved a blood thinner? Because I guess in her mind, the vaccine is going to cost something that needs the blood thinner. So there's like a financial thing that I don't know, because the information is not there. Nobody's saying anything. I'm just sitting there like, what does this mean? Right. And I was like, but it was 5 months ago. So you post it and say, isn't this suspicious? And then I go in the comments, why are y'all like this? And everybody in the comments is like, sure looks suspicious. Oh, so they're going to approve something now? Nobody looks at the date. It was 5 months ago. They approved it last week in November, but this article was from, anyway. And then I'm like, but who owns it? I don't know what that means, because asking the question of, and I wonder if you know who owns it, means nothing to me. It means nothing to me. It means that you are being alarmist and baiting without information. So I went on Google, Mr. Google, and I looked up who owned this particular drug, like who creates this drug, who, right? And I went in her comment section and I said, this article is dated for 5 months ago. Google says, whatever the name of the company was, owns this. I'm unclear as to what this means. Can you explain? Because I think that that's a valid question, right? would like to know as a parent of a child who could potentially get vaccinated one day, right? I would like to have some information if she's willing to share it. But I find that in this space and in other spaces where people are alarmist and lean toward persecutory, the side of like, I'm the victim, I'm the persecuted, their posts don't have information in it. Am I saying that? Does that make sense? So the communication tip that I would like to share for anybody who would like to get better results when it comes to their own communication. If you watched yesterday, you remember I said make your request known. Is popping off and being alarmist is probably never going to get you anything except a peanut gallery of other paranoid people saying, sure looks sneaky suspicious to me. And it's like, listen, some people's brains are just wired toward that. Like, just because you have 100 people saying sure looks sneaky suspicious and there's literally no information in the post, in the caption, in the comment section, it ain't nothing. What does that mean? I mean, I have gone down some rabbit holes on Twitter, on Instagram. I have dug. When people say, well, check out this YouTube video, I'm that sneaky chick that's checking out the video. And when I tell you, it's like a linked rabbit hole you go down where nobody has information. They'll send you to, like, for example, in this space, and I'm not only talking about this space, I'm talking about political stuff, I'm talking about any space where it's like this weird alarmist thing, and I'm just like, I would also like to know what you are talking about. Please give me the information so that I can make an informed decision. And then I'll go down the rabbit hole, and the video will be just another alarmist person saying, well, I don't believe it's true. And I'm just like, based off of what? Like, do you have a study, some concrete information, an anecdote that isn't just hearsay? Like, and then I'll go down the I'll watch the other thing the person said, and there's no meat in the sandwich. So anyway, the communication tip is more data, more information, less emotion and alarmist language will probably give you a better chance of getting a good result when communicating, right? Information. So if, for example, I had went to her post and she said, they just approved a blood thinner. And my concern is XYZ, whatever, is going to require blood thinning because it's going to cause blood clotting. This is highly concerning to me, right? It's going to cause blood clotting because of actual information. I don't know, ingredients, like something, right? Something, give me something. It's always something. And I'm concerned. It seems strange that they are, approving a blood thinner when they just approved something that could cause blood clots in the same age group. If you want to learn more about this, check out information, like things that I could actually go look for. But when I dive into the comments and all I see is alarmist, I'm not listening to you. And let me tell you flat out right now, I got a few people on my timeline right now, that's how they speak. Zero information, alarmist, victim, persecuted, paranoid. And I used to listen to them because I used to try to be like they could potentially be giving me valid stuff to make pertinent decisions. But over time, I realized they were not. They were not. It was just like a group of people complaining about this thing during the election, and this thing with the mask, and this thing. And then when you dive in, there's no meat. So anyway, that's it. That is the tip. Information without all the fluff and alarmistness is going to get you better results, and that's today's video. Leave your questions and comments down below because you never know. They may become the next video. Share your communication tips, and y'all don't be down there fighting. You gotta watch yesterday's video. Don't be below there fighting people. Leave people alone. Okay? Anyway, here's a pineapple. Bye, y'all.